Man, this story has been on my mind for 2 days. It's about this girl in Virginia, this black girl in Virginia. She was abducted by a older white gentleman. The girl is 16 and the dude is 20. No, not 20. I think he's like 38, maybe. I think I'll put a link in the description box so you guys can see what she looks like and what the guy looks like. Um, and I wanted to talk about well, the story, of course. Um, Based off how the story sounds, and I'm going to put my best analysis on it. Okay, so this white dude from Illinois visits a girl in Virginia. That's a distance. That's a long distance right there. Especially if since he's driving, that's a long distance, and it look very costly. And knowing that this wasn't like a ransom, like this wasn't random. He picked her up from school, and people were saying that she willingly left with him. So of course, yeah, they met on the internet. And this really gets to me because white dudes have had a bad habit of abusing our women and our little girls. And like I really don't like this bullshit argument that we as black men, we're not allowed to say anything when they do wrong to our women. And they'll make up some bullshit. They'll say we've heard the bullshit of you know that damn, what was that argument? I like on Family Guy. Damn it, I'm damn losing my train of thought. They'll say you know we have they'll say like we can call them bitches and whores and niggers too because you guys call them that. Y'all hurt them, we can hurt them. And I kind of heard that argument, not in the sense of hurting them, but like they have the freedom to say and do what they want to them. And like if we challenge white guys, or if you know we step up to them, like how fathers do with any old dude, any old black dude, they're gonna be hard on them. They're gonna make sure that they're treating their daughters right. And I've seen like white guys, they kind of get mad and antsy when black men are protecting black women and making sure that those white guys are treating them right. And yeah, like I said, we make this bullshit narrative that it's unfair, it's racism. They don't want us with they don't want them with our women and bullshit. And it's like then you have people like Crystal and Karazan say that there's this black patriarchy who since slavery that doesn't want black women with white men because of slavery and all that bullshit. But the thing is that black men, we really have to be very careful with our daughters, and we have to very look out for these little girls because they're a lot of black women are whitewashed. I'll probably say due to their mothers and the shit that they teach them and expose them to. I noticed with a lot of these young girls, and you watch if you've seen that UStream episode, Tariq Nasheed talks to this black college student from Texas, and she's a Negro bedouin. A lot of these younger girls, from early 20s to even to younger, basically, or whitewash, and they'll fall in love with any white guy that gives them the time of day. And like I said before in the other videos, that a lot of these girls, yeah, they're underage, especially on POF. A lot of these black girls are underage, and the thing is that most black girls who use POF or any other dating site, they're not there to find brothers. That's a reality. They're not there to find black men because most of them live in black communities, or they know a couple black guys, and if they want a black guy, they can get one. They're really there to get white dudes. Like I said before, even with my I made another video around the Christmas time about why black women may be porn stars, and I was making this notion that it can't be solely for the money, because black porn stars aren't getting paid that much. And if you think about it, a lot of black porn stars are they seem to be very into interracial sex. And so you see things like ghetto gaggers. You see a lot of black women in these bondage type pornography, like kink.com, where they have like these little porn things where they're being tortured, they're being they're simulating rape and racial stereotypes, and it's going to this kind of fantasy of back to like the slavery days, where you have white men being rapists, that rape fantasy of raping a black woman. And I'm really, I've in my experience of being on POF, I have met a lot of girls who were just whitewashed. They wanted white dudes to death. It could be white. And the funny thing, when these white dudes do wrong to them, they don't say, these white dudes are bad. These white dudes are, just as bad as the black man. They don't say that shit. When if a white dude does something wrong, it ends up being like a standard. Like we have a white standard. So basically, if a white dude treats a black woman wrong multiple times, and she might come up with the assumption that, well, men in general are bad. Let it be a black man treating her like crap and shit. Then it turns into black men are all bad, blah blah blah. And so I kind of noticed this thing, and I feel kind of bad for not remembering the little girl's name, but the news did say that she's in high danger of being sexually exploited, so she could be being prostituted and getting turned out by these sick white dudes. And I do feel, I don't want to blame her in any way, but I really wish that shows like Dateline Catch a Predator was back, because a lot of girls, I feel like a lot of girls are kind of romanticizing online dating, and it's not as romantic, it's not as trustworthy as you think. And I think that's why I really wish that show got back on air, but one of the problems why it didn't really last long was because this was really the only show in America, the only show on TV that had white criminals. At least like 99% of them were white. Well, yeah, you had Hispanics and Indians. There was Indians too, So I'd probably say, but the thing is, it was like 1% black dudes. It was just like a couple black dudes, but there was an ass of white people, and I'm kind of mad that you know we really need those Dateline shows back, so we can you know get our so these girls can be safe. There are men out there who are out to get them, but the problem is in the black community, we keep telling them it's these scary black men, it's these dudes who are catcalling, these black men who are menacing and blah blah blah. You have all these feminists demonizing black men, make them look like monsters, and white men are, the knight in shining armor. They're there to rescue fallen black women, and they're there to repair them and love them. And the thing is, I'm not against interracial dating. If you like white dudes, okay. But the thing is, I want you, if you're gonna say that you don't believe in color or colorism or whatever, give every race an equal chance. Stop falling for these white dudes and stop generalizing black men. It's very annoying. It's very disrespectful. Not all black dudes are sagging their pants. And the funny thing with some of these black women is that when we're not being the stereotype, we're the lames. But when a white dude, is acting like the stereotypical black lame, it's cute, it's attractive. Bullshit. Cut the hypocrisy. It's annoying. But I don't want to blame this girl too much. But the thing is, you can already tell that she probably she gave out personal information. She told her where she lived, probably told him, of course, the school she goes to, um, probably phone number, address, whatever, and the black community, especially black men, really need to know that some of these white dudes are, they know that black women, a lot, and black girls are whitewashed. They know that they can easily get away with shit. They can easily abuse our women, our girls, and bullshit, and tell us, oh, we don't have a right to say anything because if we say something, we're against interracial dating. We have. They're saying that, oh, now we have a Jim Crow thinking, a segregated type thinking. No, you can date them. I just want you to have respect for them. I don't want a black woman dating a white dude and she's being called nigger, 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 and she's getting slapped around. The sex is weird, it's abusive if you think about it. And the thing is, if we're gonna put black men into a spot and we're gonna check these black men, I have no problem checking them. I just don't like them being generalized. Everybody's bitching about equality, fair treatment. Let's put these white dudes on the spotlight. Because I'm really tired of these little stories. Because this kind of reminds me of the other story I've made earlier about an article, a fan mail that was on Crystalline Carazine's Beyond Black and White, talking about there was this little girl. She's, I think, like 16 to 17, and she's having sex with all these white dudes, Asian dudes, and a few black dudes. But she makes this heavy point that she's fucking all these non-black men because she's so into interracial dating, and she hates that how black men are so misogynist, especially within hip hop. They like girls who twerk, da 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 da. And I'm looking at this shit like, really? You're in an AP class and you're telling me all the niggas there are stereotypical? Get out of here. But you probably turning them down because they're lame, right? But yet you don't have no problem being a stereotypical black bitch to the Arabs, the whites, the Hispanics, the Chinese. You have no problem doing that. But I'm a little mad at this girl, but I really do pray that she comes home because I see this often. Because this reminds me of a lot of stories, and our community needs protection, especially for these little girls, and we really need to have this interracial talk. We really need this talk on why are they so into white dudes? Why are they so, why they're worshiping them so hard? Especially in a time like this to where black men are being shot like dogs. Um, that's really all I gotta say, but I'm praying that this girl returns home safely. And I hope this guy dies. I hope he burns in hell. I hope they shoot him dead. I hope for the worst for this guy. Because he's a sicko. And he already fucked up. He fucked up a long time ago. And I'm not trying to find no I'm not trying to find God with these with sex offenders. I'm not trying to find Jesus with them. I'm not trying to find forgiveness. They need to be punished. And the black community needs to stand up and get a realistic talk and start putting shit into action. These girls are gonna need to wise up before things really fuck up. But that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. My next video will be my views on the men's rights movement. But that's all.